I was living in the 1800s every day, and that was just so much fun. We had real fires and fire pits and Indians, and everything was just such a remarkable adventure for me. I was at camp every day. I'd go in, I got to put on these really incredible clothes and lace up not even lace up my boots. I had high button boots, and I had an actual authentic button hook, and they taught me how to button the boots and the absolutely authentic clothing for a 9-year-old girl, and I'd read the books. There was nothing cooler.
Hi, I'm Susan McCrae. I was the casting director for Little House on the Prairie. Melissa Sue Anderson came in to interview and read for the role of Laura Ingalls. And when Michael read her, she was a beautiful actress, absolutely beautiful. She had a special quality. But he looked at her and he thought, this is Mary Ingalls. This isn't Laura. Michael Landon saw the child version of him in Matthew Laberto. The look, the personality, the brightness, the sensitivity in a little boy. You really loved to hate Nellie Olson.
My home is the best house in all of Walnut Grove.
And she thrived on that. She loved being that role. And I think that's what made it so believable.
Look at it. My home, Carolyn.
Popular authors come and go. Other TV series vanish from the scene. So why has this simple tale of a prairie girl and her family outlasted the flashy, the sensational, and the trendy?
Little House on the Prairie evokes the archetype of the family and the archetype of the community.
I think Little House on the Prairie is a representation of everything that we as human beings aspire to be and live up to and have in our lives.
It teaches us how to support one another and be there and have compassion and care for your neighbor and your family members, and how you all work together to survive.
It was real. It wasn't 1870. It was real.
And it was told in the books and on the television series from Laura's optimistic, heartfelt perspective.
She's not a saint. She was a typical American country girl.
Country girls.
The stories of this simple country girl are based on timeless values of hard work, family, honesty, and faith, and their essence was the inspiration for the Little House television series. For generations of Laura Ingalls Wilder devotees around the world, the message of Laura's Little House books and NBC's Little House on the Prairie series are the enduring foundation of Laura's legacy.
In Laura's time, as today, great storms roar in from the Arctic Circle with nothing to break their fury. In the 1880s, the only warnings of coming storms were provided by a network of telegraph operators who would pass along local conditions to keep distant communities informed. But sometimes, storms moved faster than vital weather information could be shared. One of those storms occurred on January 12, 1888, when Laura was nearly 21. In less than 24 hours, more than 500 people, many of them children, died in what has become known as the Children's Blizzard. The events of that horrible day were the inspiration for the blizzard episode of the Little House series. But instead of any winter afternoon, Michael Landon set blizzard on Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas to you.
Class is dismissed.
The producers of Little House knew they'd never get a real blizzard in California, so many of these scenes were shot not outside in a blinding storm, but on a specially designed soundstage dressed just for the occasion.
Well, old Dan Tucker came to town, swinging the ladies round and round. First to the right, then to the left, then to the one that you love best. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, you're too late to get your supper. Supper's over and breakfast cooking. Old Dan Tucker just stands there looking. Well, old Dan Tucker's a mean old man, washed his face in a frying pan, combed his hair with a wagon wheel, died with a toothache in his heel. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, you're too late to get your supper. Supper's over and breakfast cooking. Old Dan Tucker just stands there looking. Well, old Dan Tucker started late in life to play the banjo and the fife, played the children all to sleep, then into his bed he'd creep. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, you're too late to get your supper. Supper's over and breakfast cooking. Old Dan Tucker just stands there looking. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, you're too late to get your supper. Supper's over and breakfast cooking. Old Dan Tucker just stands there looking.
For 5 of the most significant emotional years of their careers, actors Melissa Gilbert and Dean Butler played husband and wife, Laura and Almanzo Wilder.
Our first dialogue was of course, right up
outside.
in front of the church. That was the famous,
Pleasure to meet you, Manly.
It's almost exactly the way she read it too. The recall is incredible.
He was actually an artist who learned his art on the job. His contribution to television is on the level of Lucille Ball, isn't it?
But behind his bigger-than-life public image was a man with an urgent, tireless, and touchingly human need to excel and be recognized.
I went out and I got all the books, and I read them all, and I thought they were absolutely charming.
I really liked Jonathan very much.
Men Will Be Boys is probably my favorite Little House episode.
The transition for me was when he wrote the part of Albert.
The first real professional experience I had after leaving college was as a professional athlete.
It was finally Carolyn who made her husband stop moving